Good morning, guys. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. I am Lori Winslow, and I'm with Rain or Shine Chalk Design. I am an independent designer with Chalk Couture. And this morning we have a big project. We'll say it that way. I'm going to use a large canvas. This is a 16 by 20 inch canvas. And I am going to put on our transfer that says, "Then Sings My Soul." Let me grab that and show it to you. So, good morning, Amy. Thanks for joining us this morning. So, "Then Sings My Soul." It's a really, really pretty transfer. I've been waiting. I've needed a big... Good morning, Susan. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. I've been needing a canvas to put this on, so I ran over to Michael's yesterday to grab a couple of things, and they are having half off of their, it's basically their value canvases. I'm not a painter, so I don't know that much about the quality of different canvases, but for my purposes, these inexpensive or less expensive canvases work just fine for me. So as you can see, I've done a little bit of work on this canvas. It is not a black canvas, it's a white canvas, and I wanted to put some kind of a background. I didn't want it completely black. I wanted these edges. I have an idea for the edges using the sheet music. This is all very much an experiment. I hope you guys know that that a lot of times my ideas are experiments. Sometimes they're things I've done in the past or something similar, and sometimes they are just totally something new, and that is what this is. I just want you to know that sometimes I have a great result when I do one of these kind of new projects, and sometimes it doesn't work out that great. Like yesterday, I changed the ribbon, and I really like it a lot better. On my project yesterday, I changed the ribbon, and it totally changed how the project looked to me. So I just printed off sheet music for How Great Thou Art, and that is the song that this part of this song comes from. Then Sings My Soul. So, and I'm just using a straight edge, and I'm just kind of taking the edge off. I didn't want it to be perfectly cut. I wanted a little bit of a frayed edge. So to get my canvas ready, I did the same kind of process that I did. If you remember back, I did a canvas that said, "He counts the stars in the sky," and it was a sky looking background. So what I did was I took a little bit of black chalk paste, and I put it in my little tin with some water. So I just put a little paste in, added a little water, and then mixed it with a brush. And that got me started, so I just worked it back and forth. I added a little bit of acrylic. That helps it really hold to the canvas, the acrylic does. I don't know how the chalk would do all by itself. I don't know if it would really hold to the canvas. It was holding better. I used a little bit of the shimmer, so you can see a little bit of shimmer on this canvas. You might not be able to see it on camera, but I can see a little shimmer. Good morning, Deidre. Thanks for joining us this morning. So I've just tried to create kind of a dark background. Then I took a little bit of the Storm chalk paste and I started working that through. The black was not, it didn't have enough depth, so I wanted to give it a little bit of variation. I'm thinking that when my transfer goes down, I think it'll look really good having those variations of color and not just one flat color on there. So my idea is to have, of course, the transfer on, and I did this last night, so this would be dry. I printed out the sheet music for How Great Thou Art, and my thoughts were to do something like Mod Podging the sheet music. Sorry, my brain is thinking about how this is going to work, and I'm thinking about you guys, so sorry if I'm a little delayed in my thinking. And I'm trying to put the sheet music in order. So I'm going to lay this out and kind of take a look at it. I don't really want the sheet music to be white. Good morning, Kathy. Thanks for joining us. I don't really want the sheet music to be white, so I'm thinking I might Mod Podge it on, and then I'm thinking I might even, if I do, I'm thinking gold for the transfer, and I might want to go over this in gold a little bit. So I got to do a little playing around with this part. This was kind of a not a last minute thought. I'd been thinking about it, but I didn't really know how I wanted to get the sheet music involved. I've seen lots of kind of variations of things like this, and trying to get in my head how I want it. So I might not be able to get this entire part done during our live. Coffee stain it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Definitely. Could definitely do that. Yeah, it looks like I thought I had another piece of that. Oh, I do. I was gonna say, I thought I had enough pieces to cover. So this edge may be a work in progress, and I will let you know kind of how. I'll definitely show you a picture of how it ends up, like I always do. But this is definitely one of my favorite songs. Really enjoy. Our church sings a cappella, and I just love hearing us sing together. I am not a singer by trade or by practice or by teaching, but I think I think as a church body we learn how to sing as we sing together. So I think that's really, really cool. I have my I actually have my iPad up today, so I'm trying to keep you guys' comments in front of me. They also have an antique Mod Podge. Ooh, I was in the Mod Podge aisle yesterday? I think it was yesterday. And I was looking at the different ones. I was trying to see if they had the dishwasher safe Mod Podge, but I didn't see it there. So you can't carry a tune, Kathy? That makes me feel good. That's the way I feel. There's a few songs that I feel like I can halfway sing. And I'm an alto, of course, with this deep voice. So, and I feel like that's, when you're an alto, I feel like you need someone to practice with. Like, I don't, I'm not very good with this iPad. There we go. So I feel like you need to kind of learn from someone. Maybe that's true for all of them. I just feel like the soprano is the lead, and everybody kind of knows the way the lead goes. All right, enough talk about singing and such, things that I don't know anything about. Let's try something I know a tiny bit about. And that would be putting these transfers on. All right, so I have no idea how this part is gonna turn out with the edges. I just wanted to do something a little different. This is definitely different. So I have this huge transfer. I'm going to try out a little piece of it and see how sticky my my transfer is to the canvas, and I'll decide if I want to use my fuzzing cloth on this guy, or if I think it's okay to just go with it as is. Yeah, it's good. It's sticky, but it's gonna peel up just fine. So one of the things I don't want to do is ever put my transfer on something that's going to stick too hard, so that when I pull up my transfer, it's gonna stretch or warp. So that's definitely a no-no with transfers, because the silk screen it's tough, it's really resilient, but it is delicate in a lot of ways. So I'm going to take my transfer halfway off, and I'm going to turn it and drop it down here. Move some of my things away. So for my colors, I've got these really pretty shimmers, the ones I've used quite a bit, but I'm thinking they would be really appropriate and really pretty with this expression. So I'm going to peel it off. I'm going to have to readjust, I know. But this way, my transfer is sticking right to my surface that I want it on, and I run less of a chance of having it double back on itself. And we have seen that, and it's not pretty, right? Oh, when I did that, that was so hard. What does the transfer say? I can't see it all. Sorry about that. I may have to lift up let me lift this up a little bit. Thanks for saying something so I can make an adjustment. Alright, I'll lift you up if I can. Oops, oops, oops. Sorry to have you in limbo there. Don't know how much that lifted you. That didn't lift you up at all. Let's do a little adjusting here. I noticed that too. It felt like you guys needed to be up a little higher. So my new camera, or my new, no, not my new camera, my new tripod is an interesting device. All right, so it says, "Then sings my soul." But I can see what you're saying. I definitely need to get that up higher so you guys can see more. I thought you were seeing more than you are. Let me move some things out of the way, see if I can get it closer up that way. So I've got the copper shimmer I'm thinking about, the silver shimmer, the gold, and the harvest. So those are kind of the colors I'm thinking about using on this project. So I want you guys give me a comment. I've been tossing back and forth about, should I stay with one color? Should I do more than one color? Guys, give me some opinions, okay? Give me some of your seasoned advice on... I know some of you do a lot of projects and a lot of this kind of thing, so I love having input. Like I say, I've been kicking around different ideas since I had this idea. For colors, I've been thinking. I considered just doing it on white, but I just felt like it wasn't going to pop enough, and I really want it to pop off of there. And of course, like always, these really big transfers take some time to get in place, because they do kind of stick and unstick and stick and unstick when you're trying to move them across. And again, I don't feel like I need to measure, but I also, it's a big transfer, it's a big project. I don't want it to be glaringly off center. All right, I'm trying to switch back and forth here on my iPad to see your comments. I did do something, I told you guys I was going to try to Susan Copper and Harvest. Ooh, sounds pretty. I did make one big step in my goal towards having the picture-in-picture, so you can see my face and see what my hands are doing. It's called Mini Cam. It's like mini, like we have many things in common, M-A-N-Y. Mini Cam. And with Mini Cam, you can do the picture-in-picture. So I did get gold for soul. I agree, Amy. That was my thinking too, to do the gold for soul. And I was thinking maybe the silver for the border. Maybe doing a silver. And then maybe we could do copper. And maybe harvest. Or maybe just copper for those. I was kind of thinking gold, silver, and copper. I love that harvest. It gets me every time. I want to find a place for it. 3 colors, Kathy. Okay, I'm kind of thinking that too. Good morning, Christy. Thanks for joining us. I can see your guys' stuff in the comments now. Yay! So I am making progress towards my goal of, let's see. I'm going to go for it. Silver for the border. And I might do the words first today. If I do the words first, I can pull up, lay down. This is a big project, guys. Good morning, Michelle. Thanks for joining us. Glad you're here. You like gold, silver, and copper? Okay, so I think we have a color scheme. This is good. All right, I'm going to take a look and see what you guys can see. You guys can't see very much. Let me move some more stuff. It's crazy trying to keep you guys where you can see and I can see and we can work together. Okay, that's a little bit better. I can see it's better. You still can't see parts of it. Egg. No, I think I should do the border. If I do the border, then I can lay it down and I can press down in the middle. Otherwise, I think I have to risk not getting that done. All right. I'm chatty this morning. But hopefully we'll get to the project here one of these days. All right, so you can see my chalk. This is our shimmer. It's nice and creamy. If it's not creamy, just use some distilled water and do one little spritz at a time to loosen it up. Sorry, I'm looking for tools. My brain can only do one thing at a time these days. I'm noticing this more and more. It might be senility, you guys. All right, Kathy, thank you for telling me that it's better, that you can see better. All right, so I'm just going to use my little stir stick. This is a great tool. You get 12 in a pack if you grab these off of my site. I'm going to do this edge over here, and I'm going to try my multi-tool. So this is one of the tools that we sell as well. It's got this edge and it's got this edge, and it is really good for getting in small spaces. So I was thinking that it might be nice to have this to just do those lines and keep it away from everything else. I went on to the shop page last night. I was looking around. Our transfers that we wanted for the board and pillar group is still on restock, still not available. So I'm going to totally leave it up to you guys. I can't get the transfers either. And I had not purchased those. I liked the ones that you guys liked as well. I just don't tend to buy as many A-size transfers, but I can see that I probably should, especially if we're going to do board and pillar. That way I have them if I need them. But if we can't all get them, it's kind of pointless to try that. But hopefully this is just one of those things that we're having to deal with because of what's going on in the world right now. So let's see, I'm going to find a spot to stop and then we'll pull it up and take a look at it. To kind of get around that letter while I'm there. Okay, so got a lot of that part done. I'm going to take my small squeegee and just take off the extra. Now a canvas is like fabric, so I want to make sure that I've worked it pretty well so that it's getting down into the fabric of the canvas, just like I would if I was doing a t-shirt or a tea cloth, a tea towel, or any cloth like that. Okay? All right, let's take it out and see. I'm hoping it pops right off. Oh, good. It's a nice subtle look. It is adhering pretty good. Pretty strong. All right, that looks nice. Very nice. And it's not a perfect print. I see a few spots where it's missing, but I think it's okay. If I wanted to, I could lay it back down and go over those areas and try to get a more perfect print. There's a couple of spots down here, a couple of spots over here. But for the most part, I like the way it looks. And there are natural gaps in it, so if there's a little gap, I don't think it's going to be hugely distracting. All right, let's go ahead and press this down and get the gold on Soul. And I'm thinking copper, copper for these words and this word, and maybe some of these flourishes as well. So let's get the gold. I love that song too. It's definitely a fave, but it's got to be a fave of everybody's, right? It's definitely a classic. Now I can tell that my canvas is bouncing up and down a lot. So what I usually do, and I usually say to do, is grab a book and put it underneath, something that's about that thickness. So let me grab, what have I got here? Got a book, and I'm going to slide it under so that it gives me some support as I'm pressing down. I'll get much better contact with my canvas that way. All right, if you guys want to try to play a little game, I was thinking someone could start the words to this song, Then Sings My Soul, and then let somebody, the next person, say the next part. So if somebody wants to get that started, it'd be fun to see how much of it you guys can remember. I know it's amazing when you sing these songs a lot, that you get to where you know all the words, even without the hymn book, or if you use overhead projectors at church or whatever, wherever you get to see the words. You get to where you don't even need that. Thought that might be fun to try. All right. Oh, looks like Christy's getting it started. Then Sings My Soul. Of course, that's not how the song starts. That's my own fault. I started it that way, but that's okay. You guys can work that out. You can always start from that point, right? Oh, there we go. You guys are such good sports. There you go. You guys are the best groupies on this page, I'm telling you. You guys have just picked up the ball and ran with it. I'm very thankful for that. I'm excited for us all to have this community to craft together and learn together. I am learning every day. Good. You guys are getting the song down. So I was telling you about this mini cam thing. So I have it downloaded on my phone. I have it downloaded on my computer. I need to get it downloaded onto the iPad. I'm taking a long time. I may be setting myself up for heartache on this part of the transfer. I'm going to get this up real quick, see how we did. let's reveal that pretty gold. Looks like I got a couple spots I need to go back on. I'm going to pull it up for the whole thing so I can at least get it unstuck. All right, and I'm going to lay it back down gently. And let's see, the O, the S, the L, couple of spots. I'm okay with a little bit rustic, but I do want it to look like the word if I can. Little spot down here. It's a little narrow spot. Thanks guys for trying that out. That was fun to see you guys doing the words. All right, a little bit on the L, a little bit on the S, and then I'll call it good. It's funny how so many of you guys are work groupies, kind of work and church groupies. I would say that's a lot of what I see in this group. People that I know from work, people that I know from church, and that's fun. I appreciate each of you and the reasons that I know you and see you. Okay, so we're about halfway through the transfer. I'm pretty happy with it. You know that I don't get too crazy excited about little pieces that don't show up. And I know some people just can't deal with it not being complete. And I can appreciate that some people really like it being a perfect transfer. I just think it adds to the project when it's a little... Now, of course, I have a standard too, like I have to actually be able to see it. If I can't see it, then I'm not going to be happy either. So, it's not a total free-for-all in my mind. I just put that in the wrong thing. Goodness. Remember, I'm always interested in what you guys would like to see. So if there is a type of project that you would like to see, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what it is that you would like. I think actually this is going to be easier. Get that out of my way. I did pick up, like I said, the etching cream. I picked that up and I am going to try that. I did pick up a cute jar yesterday in my travels and I want to try that out. So you can look forward to that. So our transfers work with etching cream on glass. So wherever the openings are in the transfer, that's what gets etched to the glass, and the etching cream does not hurt the transfers. So I'm excited to try that. But if you've seen something cute, I'd love to have you message me a picture of something. If you'd like to see something done. If there's a transfer you really like, but you're not sure how you want to do it. If I have it, I could do it on live and then you could see what it looks like. There's lots of ways for us to work together. Yeah, the etching cream has been on my to-do list for a while. I just kept forgetting to order the etching cream. I found it on Amazon, of course. So I'm going to try to get all these lines in and then pull it up, and then we'll just have that last bit to go. So one of the challenges with chalk is that it dries quickly and you have to keep you want to keep it from drying inside your transfer. That's why I'm trying to move pretty quickly. And it is a canvas, so I do want to make sure I'm getting it down into that fabric really well. Okay, let's pull this side up and let's take a look, see what we've got. That's coming out pretty nicely too. Pretty happy with that. I see a couple of lines at the top that I could work on pushing in a little bit. So I'm going to lay that back down. It's one of the nice things about having these adhesive stencils, transfers, is that you get that ability to lift it up and peek and then push it back down. Check that line over there, see if I got it. I did. This line, it was right here that I need a little bit more. Okay, let's do copper on these last three words, and we'll do them on these little embellishments down here too. Let's see. So my copper is looking really pretty. Oop, let me make sure I push those down. I don't want any air bubbles to be hiding. You end up with little weird extra pieces on your letters if you don't press it down. Where the air pockets are, it will just do kind of strange things because the chalk doesn't know where it's supposed to go. It goes wherever there's space. Well, we're inching closer and closer to school starting. I'm a teacher, so that's on my radar right now. Lots of things to figure out, think about, but I really enjoy the challenge of teaching and all the problem solving that you have to do. I don't think I realized when I went into teaching how much of a problem solver teachers are. That really is should be kind of the job description. Because students aren't problems, but they have challenges and they have things that you have to help them figure out to make them successful. So if you think about it, teachers really are problem solvers. And in this climate where we're really tackling brand new problems, brand new challenges, and they are opportunities. I know that sounds kind of cliche, but it really is an opportunity. I've kind of looked at this whole thing as an opportunity. I hope that a lot of families are making changes in their lives that they will keep, that they won't go back to the old way of living. You know, my husband and I started a garden, and we're going to keep gardening. That created an opportunity for us. It's something that we didn't do together before, and now it's something that we can do together. And we enjoy doing it together. We enjoy kind of problem solving about the garden, and enjoying all the fun that comes from it. Oh yes, Christy, I have heard Vince Gill and Carrie Underwood. They're awesome together. All right, let's lift this side up and let's take a look and see how we're coming. Ooh, that then is really rough. I'm gonna put some more. Gonna have to put some more on it. Then is rough. Seams looks good. Let's get then looking better. So that would be where I'm like, yeah, I can't live with that. I mean, I'm hoping I don't have to live with that. I want then to look better than that. And maybe I just didn't put enough chalk on there. That'll be my hope, is that's all that was. Just not enough chalk. Ah, good. Okay. All right, you guys can just barely see that, huh? Looking up there. But you can see, so that's the important part. All right, let's get this last couple of pieces. This is a transfer I've wanted to do for a while. Like I said, I just didn't have a canvas big enough. I did get this from Michaels. I was telling you they're having a sale on their value canvases. I got 5 canvases for $10. And that's like half price, guys. So if you're wanting, and that's for this big size canvas. This is 16 by 20. So if you wanted like some of the 8 by 10 canvases or the 12 by 12s, you'd get a better price. I mean, you'd get more canvases for the money. So they take into account the fact that this is such a big canvas. I didn't really look at the other ones. Sorry, I can't tell you how many you get. But I did notice like other sizes you got 7 or a different number of canvases. So if you're looking for canvases, that's a great place to check out right now. They did not have the 18 by 18, which fits these prints perfectly. These are actually like 17.5 by 17.5. The transfers. So a 17 by 17 would work, but they don't really sell that size anywhere that I know of. You certainly don't want to pay for a custom canvas. It's not that would not be cost effective, in my opinion anyway. I know Joann's does have 18 by 18s. I've gotten them there before. But you just have to check when their sales are. I like to get things like that on sale. And then I can get a few extras. Since I know I'm doing the lives, I like to have some extras of those kinds of things. Alright, you can still hear my transfer is sticking really well. Nice. Okay, I think we're going to call that. Ooh, I like. I considered just doing the transfer on a white canvas, since the canvas came white, but I really wanted something a little richer, a little moodier, maybe that's the word. But I really like how this came out. So let's hit this with a dryer, and dryer is living under some other cords here. My computer cord, my phone cord. Trying to get it where you guys can see it a little bit better, the whole thing. I'm pretty happy with the colors. Trying to decide if I think it needs anything else. I almost kind of like this being a place for your eye to rest at the moment. What do you guys think? Let me put these pieces on here. I mean, I know I don't like them white. Definitely would not have them on here as white pieces. They would need some character. I might have to think about it a while, guys. Oh, you guys can't even see that at the top. Ugh. There we go. So what are you guys thinking as far as adding anything? Does it need anything? Would it look better with anything? Or is it better with a little place for your eye to rest? I'm swinging you guys all over the place. Sorry about that. Just trying to make it so you can see what I can see. I'm almost thinking it's too much if I add. Well, it might be okay subtle. I don't know. I keep flip-flopping back and forth, don't I? It might be okay if I can get it toned down. I almost think I would maybe Mod Podge it on and then paint over it with the black. I don't know. I'm gonna have to leave it. That's kind of the way I do with art things. I need to let it rest for a little bit. I did consider maybe doing this edge in gold, or just leaving it kind of white. Originally, I just wanted it white. I just kind of wanted to see brush marks. My brush marks didn't turn out exactly like I had hoped, but I do kind of like it. I think it's kind of rough. Susan, you say too busy. I'm kind of in that. I'm kind of there too. I kind of like that there's a place for your eye to just rest in the black, and then this kind of gives it a little change, a little interest. Awesome. Well, these big transfers certainly can be challenging. I'll be honest and say, if you're going to do a big transfer, just take your time. Don't feel like you have to do it all at once. Silver up here, you think, Christy? Well, I'm definitely going to, I'm going to let it rest for a day, and then I am going to let my brain kind of percolate about it. But I'm kind of, I'll come up with something. I'm not sure what I'm going to do just yet, but I will keep you posted. I'll probably take a picture of it today hanging up. Like I say, I want to live with it for a little while. Eventually it'll tell me what it needs. My brain will kind of settle on something. Sorry, I'm not a quick crafter who has all the answers all the time. Sometimes I think it just has to kind of sit. So I hope that you enjoy this project. This is one of our D size transfers. Like I said, it's like 17.5 by 17.5. And it does fit on this 16 by 20 canvas. So it fits really nicely, actually. It would also fit nicely on the, it might actually fit on the 16 by 16. They do have a 16 by 16 at Michael's. Yeah, it would fit on a 16 by 16 square, guys. I didn't realize that when I was at the store. I probably would have gotten that. Fade the edges from black to gold to silver. Ooh. All right, you guys are giving me some great input. I appreciate that. I definitely love hearing your guys' ideas. Fantastic ideas. All right, well, let's see. So we've got a board and pillar group coming up. The second Saturday of the month is always our board and pillar group. If you are interested in doing that, you definitely want to make sure you order between now and Friday at the latest, just because it's taking about 10 business days to receive your items. So if you ordered today, tomorrow, or Friday, today would be the best day to give yourself a couple of days. If you want to be in the Board and Pillar group, go over to my VIP group, and the instructions are right there. It shows you exactly what to order. Then on that second Saturday, we all work together. You have your materials, I have my materials, and we make a board and pillar. This was the board and pillar that we did last month. We had 2 winners last month, and we also did this board and base. If you prefer, you could always buy the board and base. It's a little less expensive than the board and pillar, but it's a way to try Chalk Couture. So if you've been watching and thinking, gosh, I really think it would be fun, but I'm feeling a little bit intimidated by it, which is what most of us feel. It looks easy, but our brain just tells us it can't be that easy. But it really is, guys. But if you've been thinking that, the Board and Pillar Club is a great place to try it, or just order a Try Me kit. We have 6 Try Me kits right now, and they're all different designs, and you get a surface, you get your transfer, you get chalk, and you get a tool, so that you have everything you need to make a project for $20. So it's a pretty good deal, just to get you started. Then remember, you always have your surface that you purchased, and you have your transfer, so you can use them again and again. All of our Chalk Couture surfaces wash off so that you can put a new print on it. You can use that same transfer to make a t-shirt. So whatever design you get, think about it. How could I use this in another way? Could I give it as a gift? Could I put it on a canvas? Could I put it on a t-shirt? Could I put it on a bag? Could I put it on a notebook? I had my grandkids, they stayed over, and they each made a clipboard. That's it. They made a clipboard. I thought for school it would be fun for them to have a little clipboard that they did some art on, and they really loved that. So if you use clipboards for work or for home, you could put a really cute transfer on it, and then it's yours, it's labeled, and it looks nice. Alright guys, that is all I have. If you enjoy these videos, I would love it if you sprinkled. That helps my page, and it helps other people see this fun product and join our group, and they can share their ideas with us. Alright guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you staying and watching. Get out there and make it a great day. Bye.